Hello everybody and welcome to the live stream from Suarez HQ. It's 6:30 here in the UK. We are live and uninterrupted for, well, certainly an hour or so. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in Monochrome week this week, and you're viewing me on the camera that we first debuted last week, because now AD's fixed everything and we can zoom in and out, and I got a feeling this is going to look really sensational this evening. So without further ado, let's get started, my friends. Welcome aboard. AD, roll VT. Hello everybody and welcome to the live stream from Suarez HQ. It's 6:30 here in the UK. Okay, welcome aboard everybody. Hope we've all had a really good week. We've had quite a technical week, as you can imagine. So we're just going to do a quick comms check, make sure we've got everything up and running. Hopefully I don't sound like Darth Vader in a wind tunnel this week. That's always good. So I think then if we go to our corner cam first and give corner cam a wave. Hello everybody, that's corner cam. And we'll go to overhead cam next. Hello overhead cam, how y'all doing? Okay, let's go to, well, we'll call it PTZ because that's what it comes up. Hello PTZ, we'll zoom in out of that. There we go everybody. Now we're going to be able to tilt this down, I have to say, before we get going. Check that out, look. Yeah, oh. Yes, so we're going to actually be in on the action. Okay. There you go. So we'll be able to get down on the action, which is really going to be cool. And this also goes left and right as well. Let's see if our technical maestro AD can go that way. Let's see if I can chase it round. Look. Can we go that way? Off we go. There we go. Fantastic. Let's have a shout out for AD as well in control, because as ever he's doing the most amazing job. We can't do this without him, and he is an utter legend. So I just want to spread some love for him as well. Good. Okay, so that's cameras done, and finally I think we've got chest cam. So if we can go to that, let's go with that. Thumbs up for chest cam. We had a few problems with this week, like we always do. But anyway, so without further ado, my friends, I think I'm going to get started. So, now, AD's just going to nip out and pop the extractor on. And then we're going to say do some nice hellos and some shout outs for everybody. Right, I've no idea what camera we're on at the moment, but that's okay. So this week, my wonderful friends, thank you so much for joining us, by the way, is a bit of a challenge week. Oh, yeah, extractor's gone on. Good job I got my ear defenders on, otherwise I'll be deafened right now. Okay, so we are going to do Monochrome week. So for the uninitiated of you, that's black and white. And I absolutely mean what I say. We are literally doing black and white, nothing else. And here's my colours. I've got... well, actually, that's a cream. Now, cream isn't technically white. Do you know what? I'm just going to pop that to the back of the shelf. But what I am going to do is use these two whites predominantly and these two blacks. And all we've really got here is a gloss and a semi-gloss in white. And we've got a gloss and a semi-gloss in black. And what we're going to do if we walk around here, so I've got two canvases we're going to have a look at tonight. So canvas one, we're going to go white, and then I'm going to do this. I've actually had a practice of this. I'll tell you in just a second. So I'm going to do a corner to corner, big sort of expanding bloom kind of thing, which is just going to go in a diagonal. Now, I did try having a go with this earlier in the week, and I have to tell you, I am so ridiculously excited with what we did. Genuinely, I mean, proper excited. It's just come out so well. So I'm going to try and replicate that on a bigger scale this evening. So fingers crossed. And then the other one, well, we'll find that out because we're going to switch between the two. So do keep watching because we're working on both at the same time. Right, let's do a few hellos. Hello Ruth, nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining in. Ruth Todd. You were here before everything started. Thank you so much. You're a die-hard fan and we love that. That's really kind. Ian Holmes, you're back. Good evening. Tanya Woodford. Hello Tanya, how are you doing? Nice to see you back again. Dora from NYC. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, of course. Dora, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. That's fantastic. Bob's in. Hello Bob's in, how are you doing? Hopefully you can stay for the whole duration of this and everything will be okay for you this week. So Marder, hello, how are you doing? Yes, Tim Stanton, let's start hitting that like button. We all like some likes, so let's go hit the button. We've done a few tweaks this week, ladies and gents. Including the audio. Yeah, a lot of work, Ian, on the audio and visual. You're very right to mention that. Yeah, so hopefully the audio's much better. We've now fixed the camera. We sorted the sounds and the music. I think if I shut up for a minute, you can just hear some music in the background, so that's fine. Right, okay. Who else have we got? Rodopi Art. Thanks so much for joining us again, that's great. I'm just going to open the paint, guys, so we'll just say some hellos while I'm getting the paint out. Oh, Janice Art, you were just thinking about doing a black and white painting. Well, that is a coincidence, isn't it? Hey, I must admit, I absolutely love using black and white. You know, as I've written quite a few times on a lot of the paintings which I put onto the website, suarez.co.uk. Do go and have a look if you haven't had a look already. I do like to write about this great sort of fight between light and dark. And I think it's a really good celebrationary thing because, you know, I think we're just going to go for some, in my usual style, I'm going to just bang it on because we need to get a good coating on here. There we go. Look at that. Spoon it on, Ed. Come on. It's only 100 quid a can. Who cares? Oh, my splodges. Look, there we go. Let's just get some of this on. We've really got to work quite quickly this evening because the semi-gloss has quite an accelerated drying time because it's missing one of the crucial ingredients which keeps it liquid. So we've got to kind of get moving a little bit on this, but that's cool. Yeah, what was I just saying? Do you know, I've got a 5-second memory. I literally can't remember what I was saying. But yes, the light and dark thing. So, you know, I'm no philosopher, ladies and gents. I just like to throw paint around. You know what I'm like. But the older that I get, I'm just prepping my scraper here, my £3 scraper. The older I get, the more I understand and realise and appreciate that you have to have light and dark to appreciate one another. You know, if you spend the entire time in darkness, what happens when you see the light? You know, and it's the other way around. So I think you do need to appreciate both. So we're really going for some extremes this evening. So I think this is going to be really quite a special one. So if you know anyone who wants to tune in, send them the link, tweet it out, get your DMs going, your messages, send it to anyone because I think we're going to have a little bit of a treat tonight. Well, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to let you all down. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate your feedback on the audio. Excellent. I'm glad about that. AD will be well pleased.
Yay!
Hey, Swamp Yankee Guitars. I wish I could do a quick riff now, or a quick hammer on or pull off, you know, just like in the Wayne's World movies. I won't do that too much. So, Swamp Yankee Guitars, how y'all doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Really kind of you. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just get a little bit of the white moving around. This isn't going to take very long. If you're thinking to yourself, oh God, we just got to watch you just moving white paint around. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tanya, on about the price of the paint. Oh, you've no idea. The paint is a ridiculous amount of money. you know, I'm very, very flattered to get artists asking me a lot of the time, well, how can you price your art? How can you, you know, how can you justify, how can you sort of appeal to people to spend money on art, you know, because they're a significant amount of money. Well, partly some of that is, for me, is led by economics, in so much as there's a cost to everything. Now, I don't have any secret formula to share with you or some secret thing for pricing, but I can tell you that the cost of materials for doing these is, well, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. My canvas is specially made for me. I'm going to shoot a video on that one time because I've just spent the most amount of money that I've ever spent on one roll of canvas, which is at the back of the studio, which is what I'm doing today, which is a ridiculous amount of money per square metre. You know, the paints are very expensive because they're a custom item, and they're very, very much tinkered about with the chemicals that go in them. Not the cheapest. There's very little of that apart from the thinners that's off the shelf. So, you know, when you start to add everything up, it can become quite expensive. So, you know, you're from a standpoint, even before you start, of having to really think about a base sort of cost involved for time, effort and materials even before you get going. So, anyway, there you go. Right, that's looking nice, nearly done. Hey Nahil, thank you so much. You're a new name, I haven't heard from you before. It's kind of you to watch, and thanks for your best wishes, I really appreciate that. Do you know what, I love the chat. You guys are awesome on the chat, this is so cool. Midwest Monster, hiya, how you doing? Yes, don't worry, all this will be saved onto YouTube. So the link that you're on at the moment and watching this stays, so nothing will change, my friend. So you can go off to work, and when you return, this will be ready for you to watch unedited. You know, we don't do, I mean, you have the option to edit, but we don't do any of that. It's literally as it happens. So okay, so tenure, thank you for asking, that's a really good question. Do the canvases already come primed? Well, yes, they are primed. They have a base primer on, which is, I don't actually know what it is, but that is put on from factory. So yes, the whole thing has a pre-coating to it, but, you know, most of the time I have to base coat stuff. Anyway, so just while we're on about actually canvases and things like that, let me also tell you, I won't say, hey, hands up if you were here last week, because hopefully you were, but last week we did the lines painting. I don't know if you can remember that, where we'll post a link into this at some point. Okay, I know we've zoomed in there, just having a look on the PTZ camera. Hi everyone. But you'll be very, very pleased to know that that painting has been stretched around a frame and has now been completed. And about 20 minutes ago I took a small video of it, and we've got it available for you. So just while I get the paint out, Aidy's going to play you just a quick 20-second video of the painting that I did live last week, so check this out. It's nice, isn't it? I mean, I can't see the pictures, but oh, I got to tell you, ladies and gents, it's absolutely superb. It has just come out so well. You know, this is what some of the drying process does. You know, admittedly, after you left last week, I was turning and returning and turning and flat and up and down. So I'm still here for a couple of hours trying to coerce the paint. Honestly, it's just come out. It's mental. It's beautiful. Zen not Zen. Hi, yeah, how you doing? Gesso question mark. Yes. So from factory, there is a gesso. I think it's a gesso-ish kind of primer that's put onto the roll as it's manufactured. It's as much as I know, really. Hey, Steve. Hi from Wisconsin, how you doing? Hope it's all good over there. We are going to have some fun tonight, and I am now going to, wherever it's gone, that's what we wanted. Ah, thank you, Coco. That's what a really kind thing to say. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right, okay. So if Adi can pop me onto chest cam for a moment. Okay, so we should be able to see now that I'm going to start with some black paint. Now, I'm going to start with the gloss derivative, so let me just explain what I've done so far. Okay, so we've got this semi-gloss on the background. So one of the things I want to do this evening is just play about with textures. Now, of course, the thing with textures is you aren't really going to see them as I do them tonight, because most of this stuff has a gloss medium in it, albeit the white has got a reduced one. Where it will really start to come out is when it dries, and you'll find the background will go to this sort of dull kind of finish without much light reflection, and then you'll get all this beautiful reflection from this gorgeous, look at that, just fantastic. What am I like? So as it glistens in the light, we're now going to put the gloss black over the top. So as everything dries together, you'll get this difference between not only light and dark, but you're also going to get the difference in textural finishes. So we're going to get a semi-gloss on the background, like a sheen, and then we're going to get this high gloss bursting through the centre. So now all I got to do is adopt the principle I had earlier in the week and try and get the paint to go from one corner to the other. So, having learned a few lessons, I'm going to go quite sparingly into the corners to begin with. So my principle is to go quite thin, build it up in the middle, and then drag it thin out to the end. So here we go. It's as technical as a wooden spoon, ladies and gents. That's it. An ordinary wooden spoon. So this is how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to be very, very careful now on how much I apply. So hopefully we'll get some of this on chest cam. So I'm going to drop a few little things. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm cranked over a little bit. Let's pull the camera up. Alright, so hopefully we should see. So I'm going to get some little dribbles on now. I'm really quite anxious about where I'm going to go with this. So these are tiny dribbles. Now, of course, as I progress, there's less and less paint on the spoon. So the first time you take the paint obviously out of the can, there's more paint on it, so I've got to be careful that I don't overdo or underdo any particular areas. So just for now, I'm just going to approach this from both ends. So if we're still on chest cam, we should be able to see that we're going to go for the same thing on this end, and I'm literally now, just for now, I want some, oh, that's a bit heavy, I just want a few interesting little spirals just to get us going, because I think, yeah, that's fine. I just want a really loose structure for now, because I now need to consider what I'm going to use to apply some paint into the centre before I start putting my chemicals on there. So.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Derek, that's a good point about putting base coats onto canvas. And you're absolutely right. You know, even with the best made canvas, there are still minor imperfections and dimples in it. So what the base coat does is to try and even some of those out, which I think is really nice anyway. It just gives a much more stable platform to paint upon. Okay, that's good. So we're going to stick now, and I will try and answer as many questions as I can, ladies and gents. We're going to stick with the gloss, but I'm going to change tools now. And where is it? Yes, have I got one? Have I got one over here? I'm pretty sure I had loads of ketchup bottles. Ah, there we go. So let's see. I think now we might be zooming in now. Oh, I can see it moving. I can see the PTZ camera moving. So just for now, I'm just going to get some black into a ketchup bottle. It's all really high-tech here, you know, we've got all this high-tech equipment. and now I'm on, can you see it on the camera? And I'm now in a squeezy bottle to apply some more, so this is quite cool. Now, one of the really nice things about a squeezy bottle is actually you can put little tiny dots of things on, which I think is quite nice. So actually what I want to do is, before I start on the centre, and I'm being really, really careful not to load this with paint. Before I do that, I just want to get some small little dots here and there, so you'll see why in a minute. But let's just get them on. So I just want a few of these little happy fellas. There you go, just knocking around the place. Don't have to be too accurate. There you go. You can see that now on the chest cam. Just a couple here and there. All will be revealed. So what starts off quite small is possibly going to end up being covering quite a lot of the canvas. But hey, you know, that's fine. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, Tim, yeah, of course I could attack it with a turkey baster. What a great idea. Knew I should have got one of those today. Never mind. Hopefully the ketchup bottle is the next best thing. But, and of course I do wish all our stateside friends a really happy Thanksgiving on behalf of Adi and myself. Hope you guys have fun and have a really nice time over there. Right. So Amy, yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So Amy's from a company called Disruptive Thinking. You want to check them out. They're a media agency, and they're just all-round pearls of wisdom and wonderfulness, advising us on quite a few things at the moment, and it could be a contender for their office, which would be a nice place to put it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let's have a look. So on the all camera shot now, so I'm going to move around the canvas now, so this should look pretty good, I think. So I'm going to do my first proprietary squeeze of the magic stuff. So let's see what happens there. Let's just get this on, and then I'm really going to attack the centre. So I just want to get some of these just to start moving a little bit. So this is a combination of thinners and what is called a dispersant. You might have seen this in a video for the week before last or something like that. So this is essentially going to just retard the drying process a little bit. That's all. If you're just tuning in, oh, Linda, yeah, it sounds like Darth Vader breathing. Breathing? Good heavens. Change that, Ed. Darth Vader breathing, yes, I know. I mean, as most will know who are already on here, why I have to wear it, but obviously for your benefit, the paints are very, very toxic, so I have to operate in a controlled environment, and so that I don't die, which is obviously quite important, I wear a breathing mask with a valve in it, and that I obviously have to breathe as well, which is quite important. Hence why I sound a little bit like Darth Vader's long lost brother. Vince Vader. Vince, there you go. I should get a t-shirt with Vince Vader written on it. Okay, right, so let me just recap. So all I've done now, I've put some thinners on these two things in the corners, and I've popped a little sort of dispersant agent on just to keep the paint liquid, make it start blooming a little bit. So now I need to really start and think about the centre, and I'm really into loops and hoops at the moment, so I'm going straight from the can. Here we go. Let's just get it on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, okay. Oh, a little bit fell over there. We're on the overhead now, so let's just get this on. Now, I can't put too much on. Steve, do I ever do barefoot painting? Good God, man, what do you think, I want to die? No, the reason why I wear gloves is not because I'm, all prim and proper about it. I don't want to get my hands dirty. No, this stuff will literally eat skin. It's horrendous. So I'd have to wear something pretty substantial on my feet before I went barefoot painting. Right, that's a tin done. Get the tin in the bin. Okay, that's quite a lot of paint. So the first thing I'm going to do now is give this a spray. So we're just going in with... No, we're not going in with the thinners. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I like my mineral dispersing stuff, and I have some in this mustard bottle, so I'm going to go in with this and let's just see what's happening, because one of the things that's going to happen now, ladies and gents, is the black is going to start mixing in with the white, so we are going to start losing some of this definition at some point. Alright, but I don't know if you can see that, but I'm really giving this a good squeeze and getting all this on. So we're going to start and see this develop now, and that's the important thing. Look. So at the moment, what I don't want to do is go too crazy and too nuts on this, because in a very, very short space of time, the black is literally going to bloom. I would say bloom like a Christmas tree, but that's the wrong analogy to use. Okay, so let me just take a step back for a second. I can hear AD laughing in my ears, so somebody must have left a comment. Right, I've no idea what that was, but I'm just going to crack on. My dear, that's a lovely comment, although we'll try and work out what you meant. Right. Oh, Naomi and Wendy, sorry you've had to go. Yeah, do catch up later, yeah, by all means. Right, okay, let's get some more of this solution on. So this is the dispersant. So what this basically does is make everything just kind of just go pow. I don't know, I don't really have a technical term for that. So I like this. So still in the black at the moment while this is starting to move. I want to get some exterior blooms going on here, so let's see if we can get a few more of these dots. Actually, do you know what? No, let's just get some lines on. Right, it just really doesn't want to come out of there. Really doesn't want to come out of there. Let's try over here then. It's a bit of a squeeze. Right, okay, not a fan of that, so I don't think we'll use that again. Right, tell you what I will do. Let's open a brand new black. Now, I'm going to be using the semi-gloss very shortly, but that's going to be for the other canvas. So what we may be doing shortly is just turning our attention to the other canvas while this one blooms a little bit, because there's a couple of things we can, you see, do with these, and that's add more white. Just because I've got white on there already doesn't mean that just because I put black on there I don't have to do anything else. So I'm really quite conscious about putting some white over it. So, you know, if there's a massive mistake made or something isn't quite right, you know, and I'm thinking I really need to blend everything together because I've got this big swirl of black and it's starting to grey out over here. So I'm just moving in now with a fresh tin of gloss rather than semi-gloss, because that's what's on the top, and I'm just going to try and gently tease some of this together, just so I'm not left with what looks like two completely different applications. So I'm literally just going in here with a tongue depressor, like if you go for a checkup at the docks, that kind of thing. As we're moving, I'm kind of liking the shapes this is making. So this is making a lot finer little arcs and twists rather than it being too brutal. So I think now, in this effort to link everything together, I'm just going to bring some of these loops down the chain, if you like. There we go, see that going on there? That's nice. Oh, Rodopi, good point. Don't mix my ketchup with my mustard. Yes, I'll heed your advice. Oh, what's just happened there? I've just upset the can all over the canvas. Whoopsie! Oh dear. Right. Yeah, I definitely need longer arms, Steve, don't I? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so was that Linda, was it, buddy? Oh, well, thank you, Ian, for answering Linda's question. That saved me having to do it. Do you want to be brand ambassador, do you, Mr. Holmes? That's very kind of you. Okay, so we can see the, let's have a recap. So we can see the black starting to spread quite a bit now, which is fine. We're just popping some more black on there, and I'm just really just playing about now with different sizes of loops and twists. So I'm still quite happy with the intensity of the black in the centre, albeit now it's starting to become a little bit like, whoa, that's quite black, dude. So what I'm going to do is just temporarily probably leave that for probably 5 minutes. Don't panic, it's not time to go and have a cup of tea just yet. Because I just want that to settle down a little bit. The worst thing I could do now is to overdo the amount of chemicals that are introduced into the paint, because then I'm going to get uncontrollable blooms. Now at this point, of course, there is some physics involved, of course there is, and it'll be sort of moving and finding its own levels and its own way, which is great. Not a lot I can do about that. But to a greater or lesser degree now, I kind of know how this is going to work out. However, what I don't want to do is overload it with paint, especially black, because then it's going to take more black into more places and suddenly you won't see the white. If you think about it, that brings us back to where we came in with this light and dark principle. So not only is it making that centre thing a thing of movement and interest, the other thing is of course, I want to respect all the white space that's going on. Now, artists talk about negative space. Posh word. It just means where there isn't any paint. So it's like putting a painting on a wall. You want to have room for everything to breathe. So at the moment, you know, certain things are starting to develop, which is great. But at the end of the day now, essentially what I really want to do is just kind of leave this just for 5 minutes, just so we can settle down. I'll get a far better idea about what's going on. Interestingly, because of that, I know I've got a splodge here which is kind of separating this last 2 feet out, so I do want to turn my attention to that when I come back. So I think I'm just going to leave that for now, because I'm also conscious, as you can see on the overhead, about expanding this. I need it to shape itself and come back again, you know, which is fine. So we'll be introducing some white into this very shortly, but I'm just going to leave that for 5. Okay, right. Yes, Tanya, using wooden coffee stirrers. Yes, that's also something you can do. Tongue depressors are a bit more, you know, there's a bit more substance to them, but these paints are quite thick, so I have to use something with a bit of substance. Oh, thank you, Ian. That's very kind of you. Yes, I wouldn't call it genius, but hey, you know what, I'll take that. That's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do... Oh yes, Mark, you're absolutely right. Yeah, little happy accidents. Yeah, as Bob Ross would say. Oh, that's not a mistake. It's a happy accident. Oh, hello, Sashin. How are you doing? Nice of you to join us. Where have you been, you naughty man? Should have been here at 6:30. I'm only joking. Right, hang on, my shoelaces. Come up, shoelace. I've got to do my shoelace up. Check those bad boys out. Right, hopefully I can stay with my laces as well. They literally stand up on their own. I love it. Right, okay, so what we're going to do on corner cam now, you can see the second canvas here. So with keeping the theme about using just black and white, I'm now going to... Are you ready for this? This is semi-gloss. This literally is like cream cheese, but like the worst cream cheese you could ever eat. If someone put that on my crackers, I'd be quite disappointed. Okay, let's get that. So, what... we're going to see if we can zoom in there. So I've put some semi-gloss on here for now. And what I didn't do in the white, deliberately, was put any gloss in it. But this time, I'm going to give myself a little corner of gloss as well. So, all will become clear. Now, I have to tell you, my wonderful friends, that this is going to carry over into next week, because I've got so many things I wanted to do, but I just know that, you know, we've all got lives to live. Well, I haven't, but you guys have, and you're going to want to get off and do things, so we're obviously not going to keep you too long. But I think once I've done this, I'm probably going to have to finish this off next week. So for now, we're just going to give a little bit of a base coat on, which will literally take me 2 minutes. Thank you, Lola. Yes, yeah, Darth Vader. Yeah, Darth Vader's cousin, Vince. Yeah, Vince Vader. I know I've done that one already. I like it. So we're just going to give this a rough coat of black. Now, what I suspect we'll probably end up doing, like I was saying, is leaving this till next week, which would be exciting. Because what we haven't done yet is paint onto something that's already had paint on but is now cured. So all we've done so far in the first 4 weeks, this is week 5, is, there you go, you can see that on the chest cam, manoeuvring it around. What we haven't done yet is paint onto something that's already had paint on it. So what I want to do is essentially be able to show you what happens to paint when you don't paint on to fresh canvas. So with this one dry, which will be dry in about 4 days, this base coat, you'll find then that when we start to paint onto paint that's already dry, weird things happen. The paintings change. It's another tool I've got in my toolbox. It's just takes time, that's all, when you have to sit in between base coats. To be fair, most of what I do normally has a skim coat anyway, you know, but what we're doing, we're just because of time constraints and the fact we're very busy and painting art for people, which is fantastic. We're kind of doing this, you know, just to show you guys what goes on and have a bit of fun and have a get together once a week. But on a serious note, yes, as we start progressing through the weeks, yeah, we'll start base coating so that when we get into the live stream on a Wednesday, we'll be doing it onto something that's already had the preparation done. There you go. Now, the other thing I just wanted to mention, just while I'm doing this, guys and girls, is for next week we are going to be moving to a later time slot. Okay, so it will be now 7:30. So that's 7:30 GMT. So wherever you are, wherever country you're in, it's where you're at now, but just 1 hour later. Okay, we've had some feedback saying, "Oh, love what you do, guys, but I can't get home from work in time," or you know, I've got to make dinner for the family, or I'm doing stuff, or if you're an hour like a little bit later, I can get everything done, get back home, have a shower, sit down and watch the stream. So whilst we can never please everybody, we are going to shift it back by an hour, just to, I hope you'll appreciate, try and give everybody a bigger bite of the cherry, so to speak. So that'll be from next week. Okay, so right, we have now got oh, Aidan Lynch just tuned in. Hi Aidan, how are you doing? Nice to hear from you. Which camera are we on? So thank you, Ruth. That's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for that, Ruth. That's kind of you. Rodopia, you're 9:30. Oh, okay. We'll have to have a nice cup of tea and tuck yourself into bed then, won't you? Or is that 9:30 AM? It could be. I don't know. Okay. Right. Thank you, Coco, the mad scientist. Yes, we like that too. Okay. So let's just catch up then. So let's have a look where we're at. So what we've got, we've got the first black and white, which is kind of doing something here. It's just got a very, very simple set of shapes at the moment. So it's small going into severe, going into small. And now what I really want to do is just try and lighten this up and add some intrigue and some interest, because at the moment it's a load of black paint on a white background. So now we've established that, let's get the gloves changed. And we will get into putting some white in, I think, ladies and gents. Bear in mind we're still only on 2 colours, so whilst they're fantastic for showing themselves off the differences between each other, we also really need to be concentrating on shapes and forms with this. So like I say, I just want to have some fun with this. Oh. Right, what medium do I use? Canvas, enamel paint, that's it. Ah, thank you, Ruth, for replying. That's kind. Just going to check my mask. Just give me a sec. Rodopi, yes. So it is in the evening. Excellent. You can tuck yourself up into bed and watch this. Woohoo! Okay, right. So I'm going to get myself a fresh applicator, by which I mean spoon. This is where I find out that I have run out of spoons, which I have, but that's okay. I'm going to find an alternative and see what we can do. There is one little thing I need to be putting an order in. Right, that looks reasonable. Let's just go for it. Okay, so now, ladies and gents, what I want to do, I'm now going to start and soften this up. Oh, actually, I've just ripped my glove. Are we still on corner cam? No, can't have that if I get enamel paint on my hand. Oh, we're doomed, pal. We're doomed. We're all going to die. We can't have that. I know I should stop doing the accents. Right, okay. So, I'm just going to get some white on here now. I'm not going to go too hell for leather on the white, and I really should probably do this with the cup. These are these decisions. Straight out of the can or a cup? No, I think we need to do it in a cup. So. Okay, so back on chest cam now. We're going to have a... Let's just get some of this out. Oh, look at that. It's about 40 quid, that. Okay, so... got to be quite careful now because I don't want to overload this. No, do you know what? I've changed my mind. I'll use that in a minute. Let's go back in with the spoon. So I just want to start and light this up because this is quite oppressive at the moment. So let's just get some in there. Now, these particular enamels are, I don't say a nightmare, but one of their qualities, the black is a lot denser than the white. So whenever you apply white to black, it tends to sink. Is that right, or the other way around? Anyway, the white disappears into the black. I think I've got that the wrong way around. No! Right, let's just get some of that on. So what I'm trying to do here is just soften some of the black up a little bit. Not too much, and I'm quite keen to get my loops looking fairly reasonable. Now, by going a bit mad on the loops, and I'm really extending beyond where I've been at the moment, is that these will show off actually on the finished painting when you approach it from different light angles. So one of the things I'm always trying to do is to just build in a little bit of additional drama and intrigue, and sometimes that means you have to play with textures rather than just worrying about what something looks like, because very often, as you know, a client might walk past it in their home, they might just catch the light and think, oh, I haven't seen that before. So this is all about building other things into the art wherever I can. So whilst you may not really appreciate all of the paint that's just gone on, you certainly will when it's dry and it's sat under a spotlight. Okay. Right. So what I've done here, I've just been quite liberal on the application of the white. It's softened it a little bit, but not enough, so hence why I poured myself a cup out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do... Okay, so we should be somewhere in the centre, which is where I'm going to work. So I'm just going to fill up one of these these plastic containers with some paint. Now I don't want to go too mad, otherwise I'm going to drown the black, because there is something I'm going to do next which is completely mental, but let's just get that on. Oh, Tanya, yes, a bit Pollock-esque. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I like that. I don't know if Pollock ever did anything like this with, you know, with centerizing shapes and everything. I know he was always playing with his drip technique, but yeah, you can see what I'm doing now in the center. So I'm taking advantage of the fact that we've got the dispersant in there. Remember when I put that on at the start? See, there's always method to my madness, because that's now started to react and starting to create cells and blooms, which is exactly what I want, because now this is our way that we're going to soften some of this black up. Okay. Hey, Funny Fox. Which camera are we on, buddy? Funny Fox. Good day to you, sir. Hi, Coty. Just done that. There we go. Yeah, okay. So that's not too bad. See, the other thing I can do here, guys and girls, before I carry on, is put some of the semi-gloss on. Now, I know we've got that on the background, but it's quite thick, that. So I'm going to consider whether I need to do that or not. Yeah, Rhodope, it is crazy that it simply gets absorbed. Yeah, so it must be denser. I think I got my denses mixed around the wrong way, which is why it just sinks down. So you really have to apply this in some very large quantities. However, do you want to know something? Actually, depending now on what chemical additions you get, you can then start to spread it. I mean, look what's happened to the white. The white's pretty much disappeared. So just to illustrate my point, look, if I absolutely go nuts, look at that. I mean, that's just like, Ed, what on earth? That's like half a can of paint. And now look at it. God, I so want to put some gold on this, but I can't. No, Ed, it's monochrome week. You said 2 colours. Okay, that's fine. Oh dear, Funny Fox, why do children never sleep? Oh dear. Yeah, you're right, Ian. The thin streaks of white do disappear into the black, don't they? So you really have to play with the volumes on this. Okay, so that's not too bad. So hopefully you can see on the PTZ that we've zoomed into looking at some of that. So I'm going to do something a little bit mad now. So there's two things I want to do now, because this is developing all the time. I need to try and tease and encourage this a little bit. Okay, so let's get that sprayed. Right, are we still on the PTZ, are we? No, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look, see what's happening now. So now you can see this selling. So this is our dispersant. So particularly on the outside of the blooms, because I need all that to start really kind of moving there. Now what this will do, see, I told you there's a method for it, there's a reason for everything. Remember when 10 minutes ago we put the white on, and we did all the expanded white bits that I said you might only see under a spotlight, or as you occasionally glance past it, like from a texture point of view. Well, now with the inclusion of this creates also with the base coat, because remember we still got liquid paint on the background, it disperses that as well, so you get these almost like pools and craters appear where wherever it's at its densest point, it tries to force the paint outwards, and you get these amazing moon-like kind of craters appear, which is absolutely mental. Now the only thing I'm a little bit not too happy about at the moment is the expansion of the centre, so I've got to think now how I'm going to expand the centre out. Okay, to be honest, this is just more, like I said, just for having a bit of fun with black and white. So it's fine, but it's a little bit too centred at the moment, so I've got a couple of choices here. One is to attack it with some thinners just on the fronds, just to try and push it a little bit, and in particular over here, where I'm kind of defining a narwhal kind of shape. So I need to attack that bit there, because now I'm kind of out of sync with my shape. I've lost a little bit there, so rather than applying paint, I'm going to see if I can just get the bottom of that in. Look, there you go. If in doubt, give it a clout. There we go, lovely. Now inevitably white and black makes grey, so where there is intense mixing going on, you are going to get in between shades of grey, yeah, which is fine, don't mind that at all. Okay, let's just have a look at that. Right, so what do I need to do to that now? Let's get so back on the overhead again. Now I know it's kind of still centered a bit, but I still need to, right, here we go, let's just do this. This bottom left here needs fattening up, I think, a bit. So let's get some down here. There we go. Let's get one through the centre. Oh, I like that one. That's a goodie. There we go. Let's get some tails and loops going on in here. Hopefully they'll retain their shape a little bit. If I need to really retain the shape, I'll switch to semi-gloss, which is a denser paint. It's me going on about dense stuff all the time. There we go. Just kind of pull it out a little bit. Oh, hi George! How are you doing? Good day to you, sir. Well, this could be the politest YouTube channel ever, couldn't it? Oh, good day. Good day, Ed. Good day, Tony. Good day, Ruth. Good day, Funny Fox. Good day to you, sir. Right, okay, so we're expanding that out now, so I'm trying to make it not look like a shrimp. Okay, that's all right. We're doing great so far. I still think we need to do something in the middle here. Let's just bang that in the middle. Yes, Tim, a little dab probably would. I'm just doing it. Am I doing it? I think I'm doing it.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Right, thank you, Shia LaBeouf. That's given us all a good motivate. Whew, okay. So Judah, how much for this painting? Just have a look on the website, they all vary. This will have a finished size of 180 centimetres by 130. So around about the £3,000-ish mark, depending on the materials used and the time taken. But you can see a ton on the site, and also the archival stuff as well. A lot of black and white on archive, so you're going to have a little look at that. Okay, right, so let's have a step back for a moment. Number 3, Carlina, not as fun with colour. Well, 3, Carlina, sorry, yeah, no, I can appreciate that. I mean, colour is fantastic. But, maybe, just maybe, we might have to put some gold on. Let's do a quick poll, right? Keyboards. What do we think, everyone? If I get an overwhelming, do the gold, Ed, come on, I'll put some gold on. If everybody's like, no, dude, don't go anywhere near it, I won't do it. So, let's have 60 seconds. What do you think? Gold, yes to gold, no to gold. Tell me what you think.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
So gold?
Do it! Yes, you can!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Or no gold? Well, seems to be a split decision with the gold. Oh my lord, that's this is fun. Everybody's got a different opinion. So silver and gold, and oh my lord, what am I supposed to do now? Oh, talk about interaction. I didn't think it'd get like this. What am I going to do now? Right. Oh, flipping heck. Blinged up monochrome shrimp. Awesome. Right, let's just get some more white in here, for goodness sake. I think, to be honest, I've got to stick to my monochrome guns. It was monochrome week. I put gold in literally everything, so I think I've probably got to stick to my roots. Definitely not going hot pink. Right, let's get the last bit of that on. Okay. Yeah, Rascal, I shouldn't have asked, should I? Oh Lord, what are you guys like? Honestly, actually, I'll tell you, you're the best. I said to Adi in the week. No, who was I speaking to? Someone was asking how it was going. I hadn't seen for a while, and I said, "Oh, well, it is. Everything's tough in life. It's tough everywhere at the moment." And I said, "But interestingly, that for that couple of golden hours a week on a Wednesday, I just forget everything. It's just brilliant." And I have to say, it's entirely down to you guys. Thank you so much. I mean, if you like this, there's more and more people tuning in every week, which is amazing. We are both so grateful that you tune in and like this. But, if you like it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are doing this every week. I don't quite know how it's going to work over Christmas. There's a picture of me from 7 or 8 years ago. You've just seen. Oh dear, it was a lot different then. Still didn't have any hair, mind you. Right, let's give the edges a bit of a... Right. So what I'm going to do here... you see the centre now, so The white's kind of keeping some of its shape on the centre now, but that's simply because I've used the semi-gloss, which is a lot denser anyway, so it tends to keep its shape and it's not so liquid. I'm still quite concerned about these edges though, so we're just getting the mineral thinners on the edges just to try and encourage them just to have a little bit of a wander around a little bit. That's all we're doing really. Okay, we're doing good. So let's just have a quick recap, my lovely friends. There we go. Okay, so we've got, well, we had some fun with the black and white over there this week. I'm almost done on that one, I think. And we've also got the base coat done ready for next week, so please do tune in next week, because you'll see what will happen when we go with some white on there next week. Now, oh, good idea, Ian. Yeah. Well, actually, have you been reading my emails this week? One of the things I want to try is I've got a technique which is like a candy apple. I call it candy cane, which is where you get two colours and they mix in like a spiral. So not only do you start to make a shape out of it, but that shape is also made from a twisted shape, which I can do with enamel paint. So I don't want to give too much away, but that's going to be on next week's. Alright, so we'll probably work a second one next week, which will be a coloured one, but that one I definitely want to attack next week. And you never know, there might be gold on that one. But that's definitely going to be a monochrome on that one, but I want to let that one dry so that we can come back to it. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off, I think. Yeah, I have to stick to my monochrome roots. This is all starting to move now, which is really interesting. So where now around the edges I've got some of this more liquid paint where I've applied the thinners. I'm now going to put the thicker paint on, which is the semi-gloss. So the semi-gloss isn't going to move, or want to move very much, where I've put the thinners, and which means it's going to hold its shape and the paint will move around it. So it's almost like having these little barriers, these little sort of like flood barriers. It's such a cool thing, it really is, but obviously you have to wait for it to kind of dry, which hopefully I'll be able to do that for next week for you. I mean, if you saw the blue one that we played on the video from earlier, you know, things do tend to look a little bit different once the curing process has kicked in. Okay, so Judder 87 are based in Stroud in the United Kingdom, which is in a place called the Cotswolds, which is a delight. Lovely place. We're in a very, very nice space here. Not the cheapest, but it's a great space where myself and AD work from. Can we get a high five for AD in control as well, everybody? Tapping away on the keys. Okay, I'll second that. That is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so let's recap then, ladies and gents. We had a little bit of fun tonight with some black and white, that's all. This is going to develop into some really nice shapes. It's okay. Oh, what's that on my shoulder? Oh, it's my wire. Okay, so, you know, that's fine. I'm really seriously tempted now just to do something utterly mad with this now, but I don't know if I should. Ooh, there we go. That's what we've done this evening. That's really, really developing. And then the black, which is already starting to dry, but like I say, I need 4 days for that to cure. So that's a mixture of gloss and semi-gloss black. So it's going to have an interesting texture all of its own. When that's dry, we're going to paint that this time next week, obviously plus the hour. Right, okay, so let's just have a think about whether we're done or not. I'm seriously tempted to do something completely mental with this now, just for fun. Just don't know. Oh, Tina, you reckon I should go mad? What do we all think? Do you think we should go? I should just... Difficult, isn't it? I'm tempted to go mad with it, to be honest, but you know, you get to that point of thinking, oh, I'm just not quite sure whether I should or not. Right, I've got to have a think now, haven't I? Trust me, I can walk around here for what seems like an eternity when I'm painting. Just on the slightest twist of a thought, you can just completely change it. Oh, Tracy, are you having problems with it live? I'm so sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. I think then all I'm... Yeah, I've got to be careful. Right, I'm going to get some thinners on here because there's a couple of bits of the shape which I need to think about. There we go, that's what I needed, look. That's what I needed. Right, so let's go to the bottom left corner. Got it. Oh, that's better. Got to get this right now. If I mess this up, I'm in serious trouble. I think I'm going to do one right across the centre.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Centre.
No!
Okay, let's get that on. And I think I want one just here. Tease that out a little bit. So let's even that up on this side. So now I've got to get this right now. Okay, that's better. So much for negative space. There's my ripping space. Oh, that's it. I knew it. It's just come to me. Oh, I've got it. Yeah, Tim, are we on corner cam? Tim, I am going to go mad. I think I've just thought of something. Yeah, funny fox. It is petrol. Yeah, shall I get my lighter out? Oh, well, I do have a fire extinguisher. Actually, to be fair with what I am, I'd better get this off and ready, I suppose, just in case we go up in flames. You might think I'm joking, but seriously. Ow. We've had that happen on a lot of occasions. Me and AD have. Okay. So we are going to, that's just, if you could see this, oh my God, this is just, the wrong side of insane. Right, fingers are sweaty, come on, I'm sure you didn't need to know that. Right.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Get on my fingers.
Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting
Right,
for?
nearly there.
Just do it!
But don't forget, ladies and gents, 7:30 GMT next week. 7:30, okay? And that's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll update you throughout the week on social media. My battery's nearly out on my mic to my colleague. But that's alright, I can still hear him. Almost done, guys and girls. I've got 2 things left to do. You ready for the crazy one? That's not the crazy one, by the way. Here we go. Let's just do it. Right. We're doing it.
Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Right. So for all the physicists out there, how about we have a rip in space-time, yeah? I think that's what we need here. Won't be a shrimp then, will it? Right. Okay. My God, that is epic. Okay, stop admiring it, Ed, and get on with your work. Okay, ripping time in the centre, it's got to come apart. So, okay, let's just see if I can not fall into this. Oh, jeepers, man. How can I get in here? Right. Do not fall in. I'm wearing a lot of expensive tech, especially in the backpack. Okay, right. I need to... Oh, this is the tricky one. Right. Over my legs. Let's pull the corner cap there. Right. Are we all ready? Are we all primed and ready here? Which camera are we on, buddy? Right. And can we see this? Right. Here we go. There we go. Right. Let's see what happens now. I think we need a little bit of the selling compound on there, the dispersant. Let's just get that going, because around it we're going to need that. Let's hope that doesn't disappear too much. Okay. Oh, this is looking really good. I can't believe it. This is totally not like I planned as well, which is kind of crazy. So, last thing of the night. Right, let's just drag these little bad boys out a little bit. Yeah, Tim, you better believe it. Okay. Let's just get this up, because even though it looks a bit random, I'm trying to just get everything fairly well balanced. So I'm going to be heavy breathing a bit now, guys, sorry. I just want to sort of tease this just a little bit. Oh. Derek, that's funny. Ripping time, more like a ripping trousers. Yeah, I've had that happen before now. Terrible. Thanks, funny fox. Right, let's just see if I can... See, what I really want is it to come this way, but I know that the more I touch this, the more I'm going to lose it. So I think I just have to kind of just go with it. Oh, come on. Don't fail me now. Right, I think we just need a little bit of thinners on that. Let's just get that moving a little bit. Of course, it's a semi. Right, let's just do this. There we go. Let's just get it moving a little bit. There we are. That'll be alright. That'll push itself towards the outside now. Happy days. Happy days. In fact, let's just give it a little tease. Bob's M, yeah, UFO, yeah, I can imagine. Oh, thanks, Funny Fox, yeah. Oh, look, pretty patterns now. Yeah, Tim, I got a comb. Shall we have a little go with the comb, shall we? See what happens. Oh, Ian Holmes, Cosmic Kiss, potential name. Blimey, you swallowed the dictionary. Nice. Lips and space, what a great combo. Oh, thanks, Rasco. That's really kind of you. Actually, I'm kind of liking... Can I just get this white a little bit up here? Oh, without it going grey. Come on, Ed. Come on, Ed. Link these together, son. You can do this. If I can't link it there, I'm going to have to unlink it here. Oh, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Remind all your friends. Look, just while I'm tinkering around with these last few things, we have gained so many new subscribers this week. I can't thank you enough for all your support. If you've helped promote us, I'm just absolutely over the moon. Remember, when we get to 10,000 subscribers, ladies and gents, I'm going to start giving stuff away. Genuinely, like I said last week. So I stick by my word. This is exactly what we're going to do. So, your support is amazing. We should, by the end of this week, start have the calendars in. The calendars are unbelievable. If you've not seen them before, I'll show you next week if we've got them for next week's live stream. Beautiful and award-winning. I'm not one for awards because I just don't care. But they are award-winning calendars, and we're very, very happy to have teamed up with Alan and Bertram for another year, to one of the purveyors of the world's finest calendars, and there'll be some large format ones coming out, and I'm going to give a few away. So we'll definitely have to do that. Tim Stanton, yeah, Bane stole the backpack. Cool. Right. Okay, right, I think we're done now, ladies and gents. Right, we're going to let that finish off now. Okay, there is our ripping space time. Oh yeah, happy days. Much more pleased with that. So look, that's been our monochrome week. Like all weeks, we shall revisit again at a certain point in time. Don't forget, next week we're going to have a little play about with the black canvas, and then we're going to choose some more colours. I'm going to choose a different technique for next week, so please do join us then. But I think we are pretty much there for this one. We're going to let that develop and see what happens, and we'll try and post some pictures of that for you next week, ladies and gentlemen, like you saw the blue one from earlier. Anywho, on behalf of Adi and myself, look, we hope you've enjoyed black and white monochrome week this week. No gold. Ooh, controversial. Please do join us next week when we'll attack for the black one, and then we'll also see how this one has done as well. So we'll have a little big update for you next week. Remember, it's 7:30 GMT, which is 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, couple of last questions coming through. Right, is that Rhiannon, did you say? Brianna, yes, they're signed on the back, exclusively on the back, and that allows clients to be able to turn them or rotate them in any other orientation they want, if they want to change the look of the painting. So it doesn't tie you to having it in any one particular orientation. And let's face it, our lives can change. We might move house, it might turn the other way. It just gives people the flexibility to do that, that's all. Right, let's just see if we've got any other questions coming in before we wrap up, ladies and gents. Okay, so Ada's just going to thank you all for your support. It is amazing, and we really are genuinely so made up by it. This is the best point of the entire week, so thank you for making it so special for us. Please do join us next week. Watch out for all the posts on social media. Give us a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Help us get to 10,000 subs. It would be amazing. And in the meantime, my wonderful friends, thank you again. Have a fabulous week wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And on behalf of Ada and myself, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Roll VT!